Hey there, John Morris here, johnmorrisonline.com. Welcome back to another episode of The John Morris Show. I can't remember this guy's name. I wish I could. I've heard this before. You probably heard this before, but I was watching this interview with this guy, and the interviewer, and this guy was a really successful guy. Again, I can't remember his name, but the interview had asked him about dealing with feedback and how he handles feedback, how he thinks people should handle feedback in terms of, their path to whatever they're trying to achieve, being successful, whatever, how they should handle the feedback that they get from other people. And so this guy, he rattled off he wasn't being arrogant about it. He just rattled off all the stuff he's accomplished. And he talked about how during all of that, how much feedback that he got on a daily basis. And then he said, I haven't used one single bit of any of it. I haven't used any of the feedback that I've gotten, not one thing. And that kind of stuck out to me. Now, maybe that's a bit extreme, but I think it's an important lesson for you as you go through your career, because you're going to have all sorts of people chirping at you about what you should do. Coworkers, clients, bosses, random internet weirdos. And I think the thing to keep in mind through all of it, and the thing that can be kind of liberating for you, is that you can, if you want, ignore every last bit of it, not use 1 ounce of it. Now, you don't have to. You could use some of it if you wanted, if you think it's relevant. But there's nothing that says listening to feedback equals being successful. In fact, oftentimes, listening to these people will lead you astray because they really don't have your best interest at heart. They only care about themselves, and they're reacting to maybe the thing, the journey or the path that you're on. So again, it's, your career, your life, those things, they're yours. So you decide. A good example of this is, last week I was doing a promotion for my PHP 101 course. So whenever I do one of these promotions, I always get these people who email me about spamming them, which is always weird to me because I don't just sign people up to my email list. You have to actually physically sign up. And whenever anybody's ever questioned me about that, I can actually go into my system and tell them the exact page, date, time, etc. that it all happened. And so, again, it's just weird to me. I don't understand it. But anyway, I had this guy the other day. This one kind of stood out to me. He sent me this. He said, "Why would I be interested in your offer when you have sent me so much spam? Ask yourself that." It's weird to me because it's the way he said it's like, I never thought of that. Oh my gosh, really? I never thought that people might not might not want to receive an email on a daily basis, or they might not want to have something sold to them in an email. I just never thought of it. The truth is I didn't do it for a lot of years because of that stuff. And I can tell you the difference in the results that you get between emailing every day and not, between actually selling stuff in your emails and not, is night and day. It's not even close, which, by the way, is a lesson in and of itself for you freelancers out there. A, have an email list. B, you should be emailing every day. And C, you should be promoting your products and services or whatever you do in those emails every day. But again, it's just like, I don't know if it's naivete or it's just arrogance. Like, I had never thought of that. Anyway, when I kind of called him on it, I wrote back to him and it's like, gee, I never thought of that. What I got back was, with a response like that, why would I want to take any course from you? Going to post screenshots of this on the internet just for people to see. And again, I find this so weird. It's like this weird kind of veiled threat of, well, I'm not going to buy your course now. So like I would even want this guy to be a student of one of my courses. If I saw his name come through on one of my courses, I would instantly cancel it and refund him, because I don't want that person in my course, and I have every right to do that. And there's the money that I would lose is not worth it at all. A, because it's just a integrity thing about me dealing with people who I think have integrity and their head on straight. But B, those people are often just such a pain in the butt when they do. They're already a pain in the butt when they join a free email list. They pay for a course they think they're owed the world. So I just would never let someone into my course like that. But just this idea of, oh, I'm not going to buy your course now. It's just like some weird threat. And then I'm going to post screenshots. The truth is, I hope he posts screenshots. I do. I legitimately do. Why? Because the only people, when the full context of what happened is understood, the only people that are going to agree with him and avoid me as a result of that are the very people that I don't want buying my products, I don't want on my email list in the first place. Which again, for you freelancers out there, is a very important lesson. You shouldn't just be working with everybody. You should have standards. So I have standards about the type of people that I let into my courses and I work with. So again, this whole thing is just kind of weird. And any person who would take the time to write an email whining about spam for an email list that he signed up for, then tried these weird veiled threats of, I won't join your course and I'm going to post screenshots and all this stuff. Why would I ever have any sort of relationship with that person? I wouldn't. So again, like I said, I hope I would never let him buy my course, and I do hope he posts those screenshots. Although I did just out myself to like 45,000 plus people, so it's probably not worth it at this point. But I digress. Anyway, the point of all this is that these people will be out there in your career no matter what you do. I got an email from Steve. It's basically what he said. He said people will troll no matter what you do. You could give your PHP training videos away for free and people would still complain about something. And the truth is they actually do. I have free stuff they give away and people still complain about it. So again, the lesson in all of this is that as bad as all this may sound is, and I'm not trying to get sympathy for me. I'm using myself as an example. But the nice thing about all of this that I've learned and why none of this stuff bothers me is you don't have to listen to a single word of it. You don't have to care about any of it. Listening to feedback does not equal success. And often those two things are actually opposed. So all the chirping, all the nonsense, all the forum trolls, all the people in your life who telling you can't do this and you can't do that, you don't have to listen to any of it. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. I think someday, at some point in your career, you might come back to this and find this advice to be the exact thing that you needed to hear. All right, anyway, on to business. So Udemy actually started another one of its $10 deals a few days ago. I was in the middle of my own promotion, so I didn't mention it because I want there to be a bunch of confusion. So, but that is still going on, and it goes till the 20th at midnight. So if you don't know about these, you can get any of their 30,000 plus courses for $10 a piece. A lot of, I think, some of the best web development courses on the planet. The Complete Web Developer course, Ultimate Web Developers course. There's an Android N course. There's iOS course, iOS Watch course. All sorts of really good web development courses for you to get the training you need at a really, really low cost. So anyway, if you want in on that, it's johnmorrisonline.com/July. Again, it ends the 20th at midnight. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. If you haven't yet, make sure and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.